Hey guys, my name is Shrish. So as you guys probably know, Realme and Xiaomi are the two dominant forces in the budget segment. And while both of these brands actually come up with great value for money, they've often been criticized for their software. Now Realme has its own skin running on top of ColorOS 7, running on top of Android. I know it sounds ridiculous, but that's just the way it is. Also under the recent light, Xiaomi announced its latest MIUI 12 update, which has gone through some serious changes as well. And now that these two brands have made a lot of changes in their software skins, I thought of comparing these two softwares. Now starting off, the first difference between both these softwares strives in the launcher interface itself. While Realme has an app drawer, Xiaomi still decided to stick to its very traditional approach and leave the app drawer off the list. But if you have a Poco device, you will be getting the Poco launcher, which comes with an app drawer, so it's pretty subjective when it comes to Xiaomi devices. Now in terms of icon aesthetics, I think Realme UI has kind of nailed it. And it's kind of funny how icons used to be their weakest side in the past. Now not only do these icons on Realme UI look much more cleaner and refined, but they also come up with certain support or certain set of customizations which I think are really good. MIUI 12 on the contrary has the same icons which pretty much scream MIUI. One massive difference between both these skins is in terms of their notification panels. Realme UI seems to be inspired from Samsung's One UI, and MIUI 12 clearly takes its inspiration from the iOS. It's much of a personal preference here. Let me know which one you prefer in the comment section below. Now both the UIs are still kind of different from each other, although having revamped a lot of stuff. MIUI still isn't really that much light. Yes, they've made the UI a bit more cleaner, but still it doesn't quite scream stock Android like yet, and that wasn't really their aim as well. On the surface, the settings UI on both these softwares is pretty similar, but once you enter the hood, once you get into the sub settings, you would instantly notice that Xiaomi this time around has been fairly aggressive with making the UI a bit more lively and interactive. They have stuffed in a lot of animations in places where you least expected them, also a lot of graphics in there. Realme UI on the other hand has a fairly uniform look both in and out of the sub settings, if that's a term. Comparing the general animations, both these skins come with great set of animations, something I really admire about these two skins. Also both softwares have quite satisfying app launching animations, but MIUI kind of has leveled up the animations game here. It kind of feels as if each action on your phone has a pretty distinct animation. Realme UI kind of actually aims to make the device a bit snappy and fast, just like OnePlus does. MIUI 12 though on the other hand wants you to enjoy those smooth animations overall. Jumping on to functionality. Now as usual, both of these softwares come loaded with tons of features. The best recent addition in functionality list for Realme UI would actually be the dual earphone support, which enables you to use both wired and wireless earphones at the same time. On the other hand, MIUI 12 brings in better multitasking with its floating window option. And ever since I flashed the MIUI 12 beta on my Poco X2, this is one thing that I've been using quite a lot often. Now both Realme UI and MIUI 12 bring in refreshing live wallpapers. MIUI calls these super wallpapers, which are basically three-dimensional extractions of planets, and they actually look pretty dynamic in nature. Realme as well, on the other hand, has some great live wallpapers, which aren't really as much dynamic, but they are pretty decent looking as well. In terms of gestures, both the UIs implement the Android 10 gestures in a pretty seamless fashion, although MIUI again here has a couple of extra animations to kind of make it look a bit more smoother. Now in terms of optimizations, it's pretty tough to pick one because MIUI 12 is still in its beta days, so we'll have to wait for the stable firmwares to arrive or stable OT updates. Now overall, I do feel that MIUI 12 has polished itself quite a lot with the new set of animations, new floating window and new interface overall, but it's still not that much light, something that we users have been demanding for a very long time. Realme UI is pretty light as compared to its predecessor, that was the ColorOS 6. So yeah, to be honest, both of these manufacturers or brands have taken different approaches or different tracks to develop their software or to refine their software, and in my opinion it boils down to your personal preference. But one thing is for sure, that both Realme UI and MIUI 12 have made drastic improvements than their previous selves, and that's obviously a very good sign. With that in front of you, let me know which one you like in the comments. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Also if you want more tech stuff like this, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.